Hey guys, welcome to my very first voiceover video. Yay! It's been working a while to get to this, so please bear with me. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get this look that I created right here. First thing I do, besides having my face base and eyebrows done, is eye primer, which I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Original, and I just use my finger to tap it all out all over my lids. So the next thing I'm gonna do after I'm done priming my eyes is take an eyeshadow. I try to take one that's more of a nude skin tone color. In this case, I am taking the shadow in a Wink from the IluvsarahiixColourpop palette called Through My Eyes. Now the next shadow that I'm going to take from the new Morphe 39S palette that's going to get this look started is Grape Minds. What I'm going to do with this shadow is I am going to take it on a Morphe blending brush, and I'm just going to start it in my outer corner, just kind of tapping it on there to get the color on there, then starting to swirl it around, and I'm just going to start to blend that out towards the inner corner of my eye. So once I've kind of gotten that outer corner looking the way I want it to, I'm going to take that same shade on a smaller Morphe brush, and I'm going to start placing that into my inner corner, and I'm going to blend that out towards my outer crease. So once I've kind of blended it the way I want it on the inner corner, I'm going to go back in with that same fluffy brush that I was using before, and I'm going to go in and kind of blend the two together. So now what I'm doing is I'm still going to keep going in with the same color and just packing on more color and blending both the inner and outer colors together. I know for some reason on film it looks like this shadow is kind of blotchy, but in person it does not look that rough on the eye. So also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that color again, and I'm gonna start to kind of wing it out on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna bring it up a little bit higher, just kind of blending it up towards my brow, just because I do personally like that kind of look. So now for the next step, I'm gonna be taking this LA Girl Pro Concealer in Flat White, and since there is gonna be a pop of color in this look, I want the color to sit right on top of white. This way the color will really pop a lot more. So what I'm doing now is taking that flat white on a flat small Morphe brush, placing it onto the center of my eye, and kind of using my eye to carve, give me that line of where I want to carve out. and I'm going to start to carve that center part of my eye. So then once I've kind of placed the white concealer where I want it, I'm going to go in with my finger and kind of blend it out. And then it's going to help to place this color on top again and kind of make it easier to blend both of those together. So now for the fun part, I'm taking the Shadow Pool Party from the JaclynHill and Morphe Cosmetics palette, and I am placing that right on top of wherever I place the white concealer. You'll be able to see, you can really see this color sitting on top of that white concealer. So after I'm done with that Pool Party shade, I'm going to go into this next shade from the Morphe palette called Catch the Light. This shade is like a very glittery champagne kind of shade, and I'm going to place that right underneath my brow bone, right above the purple shade. So after I'm done placing that shimmer shade underneath my brow bone, I'm going to take my fluffy brush again. I am not adding any product to it, and I'm just going to start blending the purple and the shimmer shade together. So the next thing I'm going to do is just a little tip if you don't want to place any tape by your eyes, is to take a makeup wipe and just kind of clean up that edge. It helps to really make that straight, sharp edge right there at the corner. And I also use it to just kind of clean up under the eye if I have any fallout. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Stila waterproof eyeliner, and I'm going to start lining my upper lash line. And I do this because I like to place my lashes right on top of the liner. Kind of helps to hide the band. And then I'm going to move into mascara, and I'm going to be taking the NARS Climax mascara. I don't put a lot on just because I know that I'm going to be putting lashes on next. The lashes that I'm using in this look are the Lillylashes in NYC, and I do really like these. They kind of taper out. After I place my lashes, I'm going to go into foundation. The foundation I'm using is the Loreal Pro Matte foundation and the L'Oreal Pro Glow. These two together are one of my favorite perfect matches. The next step that I'm going into is my concealer, and I'm taking this Colourpop No Filter Concealer in shade Light 18, and I'm just going to place this right under my eyes, not very close to my eyeline, but just right below that. This way I can really blend it up. Now the next step is to set my concealer. So with my damp Morphe sponge, I'm going to be taking my Hourglass Veil translucent powder and just placing that right on top of the concealer. I'm going to bake with this for probably a minute or two at max. So what I also like to do is place that concealer like right on my cupid's bow, my smile lines, the center of my nose, my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. Next, I'm going to be taking this Note black eyeliner, and I'm going to be lining my upper lash line, my upper waterline, I should say. And then for the bottom waterline, I'm going to be taking the Colourpop gel liner in Crybaby and just start lining that lower waterline. You can't really tell because it's so pale, but it is like a very lavender kind of eyeliner. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same Morphe sponge, still damp, and I'm going to take it and start pushing in that powder, pushing it right into the skin. So something that I like to do now that I have all these powders on my face is I like to set them with the Morphe setting spray. I'm just spraying it all over so everything can really sink in. And then I'm going to go back to my eyes and I'm just going to do the same thing that I did on top. Not really placing the Pool Party shade in the center, but bringing the purple shade all the way across my under eye. So the next step that I'm going into is bronzer, and I'm taking this Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer, which I love this bronzer. I have the bronzer alone, and I also have the Park Ave Princess palette, and it is by far my favorite. I don't really contour. I just like to bronze my face just along my cheekbones and also underneath my jawline, just to warm up my face so it doesn't look so flat. Now the next thing I'm going to do is blush, and I'm going to be taking this Milani blush in Romantic Rose. This is my all-time favorite blush by Milani. It was the first blush that I ever purchased from them, and it's just my all-time favorite. And now it's time for highlight. This highlighter that I'm taking is the MAC Soft and Gentle. This also was the very first thing that I ever purchased from MAC, and it is my all-time favorite. I love using this highlighter. And the last shade I'll be taking is from the Morphe palette again. This is the shade Perfect. I hope I say that right. And I'm going to be using that for my inner corner. And then lastly, I'll be taking MAC Spice and Jeffree Star's Christmas Cookie, and that is going to finish up this look. I hope you guys liked it. I know I'm a little awkward. It's kind of weird talking to myself, but I hope you guys like this look. Thank you. Bye.